So now that this arrived today, it's a Dell server. It it needs to be opened. All right, so what they do? Put tape all over this thing? No wonder it took them $45 to ship it from California. They used $45 in tape. Okay. Yeah, I had to move the mic here. Wow. Oh, give me a power cable. They didn't tell me they were going to do that. That's cool. Well, that was the unboxing, and it was an experience. Wow. Okay, so this was what was in that box. There's a Dell 1U rack server. Now, I'm probably going to get, did I find the metal? I found the metal. You're going to ruin the... Yeah, I'm going to ruin them anyway. What are these things called? Bubble wrap. You're going to pop all of them. Don't... Yeah, wow. They used really strong tape on there. So... Oh no, you're ruining the bubble wrap. Yeah, oh well, get used to it. Okay. Now, George, what makes that's so special? It is a server, which means it is a computer, but these are designed for like bulk transferring data, being, serving software, stuff like that. And they're meant to be mounted into a rack. 1U means it only takes up one rack unit space. So let me throw this away. What that also means, these are they're meant to be modular, and they have some fail-safes. If you see at the back here, you have two outlets, and this one is bent, and what you do is they're removable. So if if this one fails, the power draw gets transferred to number 2 and the reverse. So it's fail-safe, redundant power supplies. Has 4 Ethernet ports. It has serial port and video port. But it also has on the front. Now, again, these are modular and they're what's termed hot swappable. So hot swappable means is you could change these things out while it's running. You don't need to power it down to change out the power supply. You don't need to power it down to take out and put in a hard drive. Up front, we have another display port, another video port. This is for a service tag from Dell. And these are the hard drives. Now these 4 here are regular SATA drives. These 2 are SCSI, serial type small computer standard interface, SCSI. And instead of having the board be vertical and then everything comes out from the board, on these they're designed to take up small spaces because they go into a rack. A rack, not I rack. Okay, so let's try and open this. Okay. All right. And what you see there is a legend of the board. Describes all the components of this board, and it shows you graphically how to take stuff up and put stuff in. That's something that's really wicked that they do on servers. And wow. Wow. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is pretty amazing to me. I've seen servers before, I mean, it's nothing new, but to the same token, I've never seen like this type opened up as far as seeing it. It's pretty wicked. And one thing I know about these things is that they're designed in a way that it brings in air from the front. Now these are fans here, and you see it shows airflow here, and these fans push the air through. Everything is oriented in in a horizontal way. So like the intakes for these heat sinks are open on the sides, so that it sucks in the air, passes over the CPU, and is blown out and is carried to the back of the case where it is exhausted. Now in this we have, but there's nothing here that's different than what you see in a conventional computer. It's just that it's oriented to be thin and flat. And then the airflow is very directional. It's pulled in from the front and passes out the back, so that it gets as much airflow as it can through as efficiently as it can. Here's the real-time clock battery. 3, 4, 5, 6 fans. There's 6 gigs of memory. And it has 2 Xeon 5520 processors. At least that's what that's supposed to be. Again, here's the 2 power supplies in the back, and they're redundant, meaning that one fails, it switches to the other, so that it's never, so it stays running. Now, the fans are hot swappable, the hard drives are hot swappable, the power supplies are hot swappable. No, we don't. Or do we? Yeah. Yep. Another slot. Yeah, another slot. And it's designed to be, opened, worked on while the thing's running. That looks like a fan header. Nope, that's not what it is. It's jumper pins. But this is really neat. I don't know if you can see it, but right here, this is a USB. So what you can do is take a memory stick, jump drive memory stick, and you can put that in there, and it stays in there. Or you can use SD memory, secure digital, not. That's a weird type of, it's probably need an adapter, but you could use SD, or you could use a memory module here, and that's to boot. So you don't even need to have a hard drive in this thing, depending on what you want it to do. You could just have your operating system on your USB drive, which is really neat. Now this supports up to 192 gigabytes of memory, and the way this works is this bank of memory is accessed by this processor, and this bank of memory is accessed by this processor, and they can intercommunicate. So if this processor needs information from this bank of memory, it just has to ask for it, and it does take slightly longer because now this processor has to get to it and transfer it to that. This is really, it is really unique, and it's really amazing how they can get everything in here the way they can, cool it, and everything. Now, if I were to plug this thing in and just power it on right now, these fans are going to rev up to their highest state, because it knows that the cover's off. So it's going to try and push the air as much as it can, because it depends on that wind tunnel effect. It depends on the cover being on to be able to push that air through to the back. And I really want to power it up. And then this is for DVD. Oh, this also has a DVD drive. Yep. Has a DVD drive so you can put an operating system on. You know, I could have this memory stick in here and leave that in there to put an operating system on, and it'll just boot from this drive. These fans, I really think they're cool. They're like two fans. They're in a push-pull, so it pulls the air in and pushes it out. Configuration. Now they have a cable that's sticking up there. What is it? It doesn't have a choice. And everything it's just really cable managed like crazy. These are where the fans, each fan plugs in. Of course, there's the memory. It has the RAID card already pre-installed, and the two power supplies. And they did give me a power cord. Don't need one, but I have a ton. But you know what? It's going to be worth powering on. Oh, I wasn't expecting it to turn on. Oh God, there they go. So why is this set on? Oh, you could tell. And here's why these fans depend on that case. Right here, it's going up and over. Shoot, well, when it was on, when these fans were running, it was blowing up and over. And that's why it depends on this case, because that will straighten the airflow back out, so it goes out the back. Okay. See, that even has a little power indicator on the board to say, hey, there's power here. That's the green LED. So turn this on, and it's going to ramp up again. You've been warned. Wow. That's just these three. That's high. Now these will take a long time to get to post. So here's BIOS. System startup, device services, BIOS boot manager, PXE boot. And now it's accessing the CD-ROM, and it's looking to a network that it's not plugged into. And since there's 4 Ethernet ports back here, it's going to check each one. All the disks from your previous configuration are missing or gone. If this is an unexpected message, please power off your system and check your cables to ensure all your disks are present. Well, I'm guessing the poor board, that's what it knows before it got stripped. Now I'm going to power this off. I'd like to thank you guys for watching that video. As you can tell, I was blown away by that server, by that computer. It was a Dell R610 1U server. What's really cool about that is it's like 9 to 10 years old, and it's still very relevant, 9 to 10 years later. So what we are gonna do some updating to it. We're gonna give it new, faster processors. We're gonna give it more memory. We're gonna give it bigger, better hard drives, and we're going to replace the RAD controller. Now the reason that we're going to have to replace the RAD controller is because it will only address hard drives as big as 2 terabytes. So if you get like a 5 terabyte hard drive, it's only going to use or see 2 terabytes, and that's it. So if you like that video, please hit like, hit subscribe down below. We're going to be doing that in separate other videos, but yeah, that one was pretty amazing. And we're going to get into a little bit of using it. And so it's going to be a multi-part series to keep you in suspense and keep you coming back for more, because that's the way we roll. If you didn't like that video, again, you wouldn't be here now. Really, I mean, you know what to do. If you have a question, please leave that in the comments down below, and we will see you guys in the next one.